Marie Gray. I'm 62. I have a consulting firm that does business process consulting. So who I'm working for and where I'm working at depends on the contract. I happen to be under that minute. For my hobbies, I like to hike and I love my dogs.
That's awesome.
While I was traveling, and so it wasn't a regular dentist. And after the dental work, I wasn't able to open my mouth to the point that I actually had to force a blueberry through my teeth. And so I remembered that during the dental work, I had lots and lots of shots. And so I thought maybe I had, they kept saying open wider. And so I thought maybe I had strained my mouth. So I Googled it, right? Mm-hmm. It's a TMJ strain or something, and it said, oh, it should go away in 3 to 4 weeks. Well, I was going to be gone for 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. So I just kept waiting for it to get better, but it didn't get better. And in the meantime, I noticed that not only was I having trouble eating, but there were also certain words I couldn't say. Mm-hmm. And I do a lot of public speaking. And so I was not able to push my voice out to be louder for an auditorium or room. And so it was really affecting my income, my livelihood, my nutrition, mm-hmm. A lot of different things. The only thing I really tried was I tried time, because mm-hmm. that's what Google said was going to be the answer, but mm-hmm. it didn't get any better. And so after about probably in the 5th week of the issue, then I decided maybe I should go see my ear, nose, and throat specialist. And so I went to see them because I knew that it was affecting my ears and it was affecting my throat. So I went to see them and they referred me to Simply Physio. I wasn't sure what it would be like. I had been to see a physical therapist before, and when I did go to see that therapist, it was because I was trying to avoid having an operation, and so a hip replacement I was trying to avoid, and I had good success, but I wasn't sure how that would translate to the issue I was having at the moment with my mouth. Since I came, it's dramatic improvement. I've been here now 8 times, but I saw dramatic improvement after visit number 1. One of the procedures that they did for me was a dry needling, which I personally had never even heard of, and I've never had acupuncture or anything like that before. I wasn't sure how that would work, but again, I was looking for any kind of relief and willing to try whatever they recommended. And so I immediately started to feel relief, and I immediately started to get the extra ability to open my mouth. I am not a person who jumps at the opportunity for medical care. I'm very self-reliant, and I do a lot of homeopathic kind of stuff, left to my own devices. So just the fact that I had to seek medical care, that time did not resolve the issue, for me was a vulnerability and in some way an embarrassment, right? That I wasn't able to fix it. And so, so that's the emotional state right, that I kind of was in when I first came, right? I'm having this issue that's disrupting my life. I'm now about to take steps to resolve it that I'm really uncomfortable with. And I was met by a team of people at Simply Physio that exude warmth, right? That exuded really caring about my issue being resolved. And that to me was everything, right? Because it allowed me to let go of that fear and apprehension of being vulnerable. And, you know, do you just want to take my money, right? All those kinds of things that people typically have. And so one of the things that I do in my business is teach empathy, right? And emotional intelligence. And I met a team of people that, in my experience, are extremely empathetic, extremely caring, and extremely competent, and interested in doing, you know, going the extra mile and listening, which is one of the hardest things. You know, when you're seeking medical care, a lot of times people are just listening for keywords and they're really not hearing how something is impacting you. But at each visit, you are with the physical therapist, and that visit is just you and the physical therapist, and they are spending the entire appointment time working and helping you resolve the issue. So you're able to build a relationship, you're able to tell the story about how it's impacted you since the last session, and the people really care. And so for me, that made all the difference. I think, though, that it's fair to say that when people seek out Simply Physio, they are in pain. Their life has been impacted in a way that affects themselves, their family, their livelihood, and that in and of itself is frightening. And so being able to be in a situation where you feel comfortable and you feel cared about, where people greet you by your first name and they remember what you told them the last time that you were there, and they really are, you know, trying to work with your schedule and get your appointments in ways that, you know, are helpful to you, I think makes all the difference. And so I would say, if you are in pain, or you're inconvenienced, or you're frightened that some ability you once had is now limited, this is a safe place for you to come and get really quality care and great results, and build a relationship that hopefully, as you continue to age, if you're fortunate enough to do so, right? I plan on getting a whole lot older. And so as I continue to do that, I would say it's reasonable to expect that I'll need more care in the future, and I sure would not hesitate to come back.